So we have information on the new on Hytale coming out. And for those who don't know, Hytale is a game made by devs of the most prominent Minecraft server. And recently it was canceled, though the original CEO and lead dev Simon Hypixel has been fighting like crazy to bring it back. So here's what we know so far from Hytale News. Priority is releasing the game, not rebuilding systems. They're aiming for a launch before GTA 6, but that does take time. The game is far from complete, but will be polished by post launch. It will be polished post launch. That means like lighting, story, pets, etc. will be all polished, and I'm assuming that includes like mini games and all that in multiplayer. Early access may skip some adventure and story content to ship faster, and they want to announce progress publicly, if possible, via Liga Klaus. Now, for those you don't know, the reason why they're kind of Simon is like in a rush to get this game out, even when it means skipping some adventure stuff, is primarily because he wants to make sure that the game is out. He wants the game to get out and stop with the perfectionist mindset that held it back for so long. And for the record, this game was announced in 2018 and it's been in development way longer than that. So Simon is pretty eager to get this game out, and I don't blame him honestly. Cross-platform is planned. Friend system will likely be ready day one. Proximity chat, cinema, and dungeons. Legacy engine still supports them, which Legacy engine is the original engine. And for the context, there is a legacy engine and then a new engine, which is what they were porting to before the game was canceled, because they kind of delve and kind of let perfectionism consume them before releasing the product. And they let the fact that the trailer got 60 million views on it, they let that get to their heads, and they get consumed them. I'm not saying ego wise. I'm saying it consumed them out of like they felt the daunting task to get this game out, to get this game out in perfect condition because they didn't want to disappoint anyone. There is a pet and companion tutorial idea, simple surviving tutorial using a hurt animal, and this is planned for after launch. Survival and adventure mode may be separated early on. Adventure will be added later, and there instant dungeons. Legacy engine supports large content possibilities. The vision and world feel top priority. Living world feel NPCs, sounds, wind, etc. Ambience and all that. Ambient systems like birds and NPCs behavior based on time, weather are important. They just want to make sure the world feels alive. They want to add charm. And they want to emerge through gameplay and not cutscenes, which I respect that. I get that. And the tech and modding update is engine is C client and Java backend like Hypixel, scripting in C, and modding and plugins will be to be announced. Investigating with X devs, open source, shared source, being considered with monetary bounties. Localization, community driven like Hypixel, and Hypixel is the biggest Minecraft server, which is also, I believe, being shut down, even though it still has like 50,000 players playing on it. At least last I checked, like half a month ago. And custom input and control is likely supported or easy to add. Distribution and monetization, initial release likely to be on a custom launcher, not Steam, to avoid the 30% cut. Steam could come later, like Path of Exile did. Base edition, supporter edition, and founders pack. No GoFundMe. The best way to fund it is just a release, which is true. Lore content coming out, which is lore not a priority at launch, but story chapters may come later. May rehire X devs to flesh out post launch. Doesn't know current quest status. Won't promise adventure content early. Thinks procedural worlds can support chapter content post launch. And the last bit of information is community and assets. With over 1,000 cosmetics were made by the old team. Creator program is important, but Simon is unsure if it's ready for day one. Creator early access is uncertain, but could release fairly quick. And they're excited, of course, for the community feedback. And now this whole thing has been a whirlwind since its announcement of cancellation. Simon has been very, very adamant and active on trying to trying to get it back. And now nothing's been guaranteed yet, but from what we do know, Simon is very eager for and very optimistic, which is a good sign. However, like I grew up excited for this game. I was freaking 16 when the game was announced. Now I'm 23, and I've been waiting for this game since its launch, well, since its announcement. And so I am pretty keeping up quite well with this game, and like I'm hoping it's released. But since 2020, I've kind of kept my hopes down low because it's like 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. It's now been a while and it has not released yet. So overall, I do like that we're getting a lot more updates. This is probably the most updates we've had in years about the game. And just to add some context to this, so Simon was original CEO and he stepped back because he wanted to work on other stuff, and he entrusted the team to take the step forward and continue developing the game while he stepped back and went and pursued other things. So and then shortly later, I believe Riot Games pretty much purchased the Hytale company and took control, and they were nothing but just supportive. They were like trying to get as much monetary support for the game as possible, which that's commendable. But this game has been in the works for years, and then like a month ago it was announced that it was being canceled, and it did anger every fan in the Hytale community, because one of the things especially that was said was that they still believe in Hytale even though it's being canceled. And I'm like, I can understand why people would be irritated by that. Overall, there's a lot of good news, a lot of nothing is yet confirmed. So I just always say keep your expectations low. And I know I'm probably one of the very few people in my corner of the internet who's heard about this. However, I do think this is quite interesting to keep up on. And like I'm still keeping my hopes low because I nothing's guaranteed right now. And like as far as we're concerned, Riot could easily just say no, we're just gonna abandon the game completely because they have the rights to it now. So anyway, I just want to talk about this because it's been something that's kind of close to my heart because I grew up playing Minecraft, and this is something I believe to be a spiritual successor. So I am very much keeping track of this. So I will, yeah, I'm keeping track of this because it's very close to my heart. Yeah, I know that I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it actually releases, and they, like he said, it will release before, aiming for launch of before GTA 6, which means GTA 6 is coming out next year. So they want it out within the span of probably a year, and it's just under a year and a half. That's kind of crazy to me. That is kind of bizarre because that's a while. That's a while, but not very long at the same time. And so overall, some interesting gaming news, and I will keep people updated on this because it's something that I've been keeping track of for like a month, and I decided might as well make a video on it, discuss it, keep it, update people. And this is it's just gone through a lot of information, a lot of chaos for this game in the last month. So, but anyway, that's all I've got. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.